to episode 128 of the Concealed Taco Dudes podcast.
Ooh, wow, somebody had their caffeine. That was very energetic, Jason.
That's because I'm a high energy person.
You're high energy.
I thought he was just gonna say he's high.
No.
High on life.
High on life?
Exactly.
He's got that bicycler's high.
Yeah.
It's like the runner's high, but different somehow.
I rode new trails Saturday after I closed up the open house.
Nice.
And it was nice to ride dirt. I've been riding a lot of snow.
Very cool.
So
Was that after you ditched me?
Stan calls me Friday. Hey, I thought you were having an open house. Where are you? I'm like, it was from 1 to 5, Stan. It's like almost 6. Oh. and I purposely...
Yeah, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's not open.
I had mannequins that I bought that were set up displaying stuff. I purposely bought the female mannequin only from the waist down, so Stan wouldn't be tempted to molest it at all.
I don't need no mannequin.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
You guys don't know why I don't need a mannequin, but... Anyway, yes. Welcome to the show.
Let's go ahead and hit our sponsors real fast.
Okay.
We'll do it fast this time.
We say that every time.
I know. NOEBulletMolds.com. Use coupon code FLT001 and it will save you 10%.
Yep.
And they do stand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we going? Are we
Yes.
starting? Okay.
They do have a new product that I believe is listed, and it is the soda bottle adapter.
Oh, yeah.
So if you use either the NOE bushing push-through size dies or the Lee push-through size dies, and you size going up instead of the Lee APP press that sizes going down, then you can use this, and you can use the soda bottle as your reservoir for when the bullets go through the sizer.
Which do you prefer, going up or going down?
I prefer using the Lee APP press and going down.
Down. Gotcha.
But for those who don't have that press, you can use any old press
Oh,
and a
that's right.
sizing
Just
die
put
and
the
just
die in.
put that little
That's what it's
adapter
for.
on,
Okay.
and it goes up.
Fancy.
It's the shoulder thing that goes up.
I
Oh.
like it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
So it does
and they're
exist.
really inexpensive. I can't remember what I think they're just around like $10 or
It's
something.
on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website, so check it out. And yeah, they are the finest makers of the finest bullet molds.
Indeed.
I think they're the finest makers of anything.
Yeah, they make cool stuff.
They do make cool stuff.
Because they're fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Black Ice Coatings.
At blackicecoatings.com. Follow them on social media. It's amazing the stuff they do, the work that they do. I sent a customer, actually I had this customer for years, and he was getting his stuff done somewhere else, and I would every now and then mention Black Ice, and you gotta check this guy out. He finally went down there last week, and this guy, good customer, he's a little bit demanding. He's kind of a little bit high maintenance. Good guy, spends a lot of money, but he expects certain things.
I hope he's not listening.
I hope he isn't
Because he
too.
won't be a customer very much longer.
I love him. He's a good guy.
Okay.
But
Oh, that makes
so I got a call from him Friday. Hey, you know that guy at Black Ice, Lee? I'm like, yeah. And there's this pause, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? He's like, that guy is awesome. I'm like, okay, woo. But he's like, yeah. He's like, I just spent $700 with him, and I'm bringing in more stuff. I'm like,
Nice.
all right,
Nice.
good
Yeah.
deal.
Pocket change.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually doing my my main bench vise.
Oh,
He's gonna
nice.
powder coat the base and Teflon everything else, and
Excellent.
yeah.
What is so humorous
It's
about
a
that?
vice, but hey, coming from
It's-
the top gunsmith, you would expect nothing less.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's my favorite vice. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I have
gotta
other vices.
Protect it from that rust.
Yeah.
you know?
Everybody's got to have a vice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have several.
I still have several.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a Starrett vise. I've got another bench vise. I've got smoking, chasing wild women. All those kinds of vices.
Foot vice, toes.
No, those are fetishes.
Oh,
That's different.
oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
different,
There's a
Stan.
difference.
Come on, Stan.
Let's not confuse the two. You can put your foot down, not doing
Yeah,
anything.
nobody's paying money for those. No.
But my hands are perfect. I could be a hand model. Mm-hmm. Totally.
Maybe for a sausage company.
a hairy sausage company.
Stands
Anyway, yeah.
The Black
They
Guy's
taste all right,
Coating.
but the hands are uglier.
Go check them out. They do awesome stuff. They will
Coatings.
make your stuff more awesome.
Yeah, and he's always got stuff that we don't even talk about. Like powder coating. I didn't know he did powder coating.
Oh, you know what? I didn't know he did powder coating either.
Yeah. I figured he'd just Cerakote it, and he's like, how about I powder coat it?
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That works too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty soon he's gonna say, "Hey, how about I titanium nitride that for you?"
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Why not?
And I'll say,
with the
"Heck
dull,
yeah."
the dull, shiny finish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that
That
one's
one.
the gold colored
Oh,
titanium nitride.
Yes.
You're talking about nickel boron,
Gotcha.
which is the dull shine.
completely.
Oh,
different.
yes, that one. That one.
Who else do we have? Utah Air Guns.
Utah
Now,
Air
okay,
Guns.
I do have to give props to Travis for giving me heads up on the Hades pellets.
Yeah.
I got quite a few of those.
Yeah.
And so thanks, Travis.
I haven't even opened one of the cans I got last time because I've been so busy. I haven't even shot my air guns.
Hence what we talked about, last episode. Jason doesn't really do stuff with guns. He just
Right.
pretends.
I just all day long,
He
every
just likes
day.
to hold them.
He just likes
He's
to
more of a
build
holster guy.
build the
Yeah.
holders of the guns.
Right.
Ooh, look how nice this holds this gun.
What's wrong
You
with
can
that?
hold it upside down and shake it, and it doesn't come out. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what else.
Concealment Solutions.
Or-
We didn't
Concealment
give the
solution.
code for Utah Air
Oh,
Guns.
Oh, yeah.
slickery.
No,
No.
that's air candy.
Oh,
Air
yeah,
candy.
I'm sorry.
Stan, we've moved on.
Sorry. Wake me up.
They do.
When it's time to go.
There is a new airgun product out there. My buddy showed it to me. It is what's that one that we bought? The bullpup.
The Mark III, the Wildcat.
Wildcat. They have a
That bottle
bottled
version.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Maverick?
No, it's a new
it's
one.
It's a Wildcat, but it takes a bottle.
Oh.
So it has more power and more shots per fill.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it's been updated. It looks good.
They're pretty cool.
So if you like to, what were they saying? I think Travis was telling my buddy. He said if you like to shoot, unsupported, not bench,
Oh, yeah.
then that's a really good gun for that air gun.
Quick question. This is on topic. So I've got a scuba tank that might be out of inspection for scuba stuff. Can I still use it for air guns, or does
Sure.
it, do they?
Until it's
Yeah.
empty.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't refill it.
A
Well,
lot of
Probably
places
not.
aren't going to refill it if it hasn't.
Yeah.
if
So
it
what do
hasn't been
what do they fill it up
inspected.
to?
About
3,000?
it depends
No.
because the fiberglass ones.
They go to 4,500.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, but a lot of the aluminum tanks or steel tanks go to less.
I
So
don't
how
even
long
know.
does a tank last you? I mean, up there they've got hoses all over.
Well, no.
in
If you're Jason, they last forever.
yeah.
If you're me,
Touche.
I've had to fill mine a couple of times.
Okay.
Thank you very
How about
much.
you, Taco?
double digits. I've filled mine double digits.
Like
So-
once a month, or
It just depends. If you go out and you're doing target shooting, you go through a lot more air than if you're going out and doing hunting.
Yeah.
so how many rounds?
Unless
to
you
a
go
tank?
to a place where you're hunting and you're doing a lot of shooting.
If there are a
Yeah.
lot of pigeons,
yeah.
which there aren't any more of.
There's not. Strange. They've just disappeared.
Disappeared.
How many rounds to a tank? Just a
It's,
ball.
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
And it'll depend on which type. Like, if you go with something that's super efficient, like the FX Impact, where it's got these, dual regulator or
regulators,
whatever,
yeah.
then you eke out the most shots per tank.
Okay, just curious.
But if you go with something, maybe like an Air Force,
the
you're-
Air Force, especially a big bore Air Force,
Yeah,
it's just,
they're
you're
just
moving a whole lot
blowing
more
air
air
straight
Obviously.
through.
Yeah,
and stuff
okay.
like that.
Just
so.
a curiosity.
But they last. They'll last a while. It just depends, again, how much you're shooting and what you're shooting.
Yeah.
But use the code AirCandy for free shipping and turret stickers.
Gotcha.
Concealment Solutions at concealmentsolutions.com. Use the code Show Me the Candy. You get 15% off. And I throw swag in. I have swag. I have keychains now.
You have really nice stickers.
Because I ordered them by accident.
Oh, really? Who uses a keychain nowadays?
I put them on my range bags.
Oh, there you go.
On the zippers.
I haven't seen any yet. Have you guys?
Of his?
Keychains? Yeah,
No, I
keychains.
haven't.
No.
Well, Stan, if you would have come to the open house.
I did.
I was going to, but I realized it was 6 o'clock on Saturday, and I figured you probably weren't there. So
No, I was on the trails at 6 o'clock.
But I was there. Shouldn't that count for something?
Yes. You get an A for effort,
A for
Stan.
effort. Right. Anyway, he has really good stickers. See, look.
Yeah, as he holds the bottle up to the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up in the mountains.
Yeah,
It was.
I don't
it was
blame
good.
you. It was a good weekend
soul
to be
time.
out.
The weather was amazing.
It was really
Yeah,
amazing.
It's going to
So
be that
good.
time of year.
Yeah.
How about mag holder?
Magholder.com. Sold some mag holder stuff at the open house. Had his belts there. He hasn't even talked about these. He has gun cleaning mats.
Nice.
Oh.
So,
Those are
or
handy.
you could use them at the dinner table. I'm thinking that, Stan, that might be good for you. Have a placemat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold my
He
plate
needs-
still.
It will hold your plate
Let-
still,
let me
and,
ask.
and it'll absorb everything that you spill.
Yes, you know what someone ought to come out with, and this is a great idea for you.
Okay.
Fork corks.
So you don't poke your eye
That's
out.
right. Think about it.
I could make Kydex little sheaths for
You'd
it.
sell millions of them, just like the documentary Dirty Scoundrels.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
He had
Excellent.
one.
Yeah. And it saved him.
It did a couple of times.
But his gun cleaning mats are kind of cool. They're, I think, $20, something like
Yeah.
that. But,
Are they of
they're
different
25 bucks.
models of guns or of mag?
No, it's just a mag holder
I see.
branded thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Useful.
I'd sure like to see one.
Yeah. You should have come to the open house.
I did.
That was the closed house.
And
Wasn't it?
You showed up for the closed
Abandoned.
house.
It was abandoned house, is what that was. Anyway, get in the van. I have candy.
Yeah.
How deep is your love?
Just
Yeah.
you could probably just type random stuff in it and it'll give you a discount.
call him and leave a word for Mark. You know,
Yeah.
we're hoping that he's doing better.
Yeah. He's
Just say hi to him. It'll make his day.
yeah. Except he's not at Mag Holder anymore.
That he doesn't get any of the emails or phone calls or anything like that. We can't flash mob him.
You could send all that to Mag Holder and Ricky would pass it on.
Okay, there you
Which
go.
people do regularly
Yeah.
email Ricky or Mag Holder to check in on Mark and stuff like that.
Yeah, give him a shout
and,
out. Tell him hi.
Yeah.
Tell him you miss him. We miss him.
We do miss him. Mark's a
Stand up guy.
he's a rare individual for sure.
I would dare say Renaissance.
yes.
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 Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to what we did with guns. Starting with Gene.
You know what's funny? I don't think I've done anything with. No. I take that back. Over the weekend, on Saturday, the reason I didn't go to Jason's open house was I was at Utah Air Guns.
Dangerous place.
help-
It is dangerous.
The young men and young women from my church with shooting air guns.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So actually, I just stood there and chatted. I didn't actually help them with much, but it was fun. They had a good time.
Moral support.
Yeah. Yeah.
The air guns are so great they almost shoot themselves.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Well,
Were you
several-
over their shoulder going, "Hey, you're doing great. Yeah, okay, all right, now just shoot that one. Yeah, you're doing sniffing.
I'm not Biden. I was
Biden's.
you know,
Hey, you're doing great.
what kind of shampoo are you wearing? You want to come over to my house and get some popsicles?
You know, Gene, that's scary. How good that is. Anyway, so how many did you have in your group?
There's, I don't know, 15 or 20.
Cool.
That's awesome.
A number of them had never shot a gun of any type before, and so they actually had a really good time.
That's a great way to start someone.
It really is.
Yeah, it's quiet, it's fun. You know, it's a really good, safe environment.
They don't look evil like powder burners do.
No, they don't. You know, they're just kind of cool. They're just these little tiny things that you stick in the
It's an air
magazine,
gun.
and
It
they,
just shoots air.
It's just
Yeah.
a BB
Just-
gun.
Yeah.
and you're shooting these little steel targets, and they had a really good time.
Good.
So there was a couple of the younger girls that, you know, I said, "You ever shot before?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, what'd you think?" "Oh, it was so cool, so cool." Mm-hmm. Well, good. You
Yeah.
know, so that was a lot of fun, and I got out of there without buying an air gun. No, that was a good thing. That was a
It's
good
getting
thing.
more and more difficult for me. I may have to
I-
buckle under.
I came close. They had a used Maverick come in.
Oh.
Those are rare.
Oh, yeah.
I was
People
tempted.
don't let go of those very often.
Well, this one had an issue. It's more cosmetic than anything.
I like cosmetic.
Is it still there?
Well, it was on Saturday.
That one would actually be a good one, Stan. If
Yeah.
What do they run? Well,
they had a price increase.
Yeah, so I think
Recently,
retail's
so-
like 1,700.
Yeah.
This was considerably less than that.
pocket change.
Normally it would be pocket change,
go
except I bought a lot of
Look
Freedom
under the
Arms
seat of your
recently. So,
tractor. I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
cool.
yeah,
Maverick.
if it had been an FX Crown, I would have taken it home with me. But it was in a chassis,
those
and
show up even less often at used.
they have one showing up soon,
Oh, really?
but I've got dibs on it.
Hence, not showing up.
of the Crown, I noticed on Utah Air Guns Instagram page that they had delivered a product that you had something to do
They did.
with.
So they delivered the secret project to Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
So the
My
stock, yeah, cool guy,
John.
cool guy.
His actual name is John Osborne.
That sounds boring. We'll keep calling him Ozzy.
Yeah. Why do you gotta
Ozzy.
bring us down, Stan?
Ozzy the Bad Eater Osbourne.
I thought it would be heartwarming. Add a little personal touch to
Stan, do you call him Johnny?
it. No, just John.
Just John.
Juan. He likes Juan. He's actually Mexican.
That explains the accent.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so if y'all look at Utah Air Guns Instagram, they've got a bunch of pictures of Ozzy and Sharon and Thaddeus and Justin and I don't know, some other guy I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who he is.
I don't know
But,
who he is either.
Paco,
Yeah.
his friend Paco.
Oh,
not
okay.
Taco.
Yeah. But they got some close-ups of the gun and
And that's
so
the one
it
you
was-
did some inlay work on the stock, right?
yeah, so they had the stock proper laser engraved with some dragons and Celtic crosses and things like that, and Ozzy's name on the side. Really cool work. And then I refinished the gun, stained it, give it a new finish, and wound up putting a grip cap on the bottom of the grip, made out of an ebony fretboard from a guitar. And inlaid a couple of abalone dots, like you would have for the regular fretboard.
Right.
And then a bat, because it needed something extra.
It
so, and apparently Ozzy loved the bat, so
Awesome.
yeah. He loved it so much he got 2 more out of the refrigerator and had those for lunch.
I didn't think he played guitar though. Weren't the dots for the guitar?
Well, he'd sing.
Well, he's a musician.
But he's in a band.
you
There's a
should've-
guitar in his band.
You should have put a microphone in.
Why are you always bringing us down?
No, that's cool. So who actually presented it to him? Was it Justin
and
or
Thaddeus.
Justin and Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. No kidding.
Yeah, so they and Sharon had seen pictures of it and basically gave the approval. Yes, come on down. We'll meet with you.
Wow.
That's cool enough. So
Very
they
cool.
they apparently
that's
both
cool.
loved it, and I think they shot some air guns with them. And
Oh, I'm sure.
if you look at
Shot
the
the
pictures,
bats.
That's not his
Yeah.
first.
Bats.
That's not his first air gun either.
No.
He's been buying air guns from them for
quite a while.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
And
weird.
he's got his own range in his backyard. So
Yeah.
Who knew?
yeah, if you look at the pictures, you can actually zoom in and see his pellet trap and everything. So
This is on the Instagrams.
this is on the Instagrams.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out how to get to the Instagrams.
It's just like getting to the Facebooks.
To the Facebook, just the Instagrams instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
Right.
Cool. That's
Jason.
very cool.
What'd you do?
I did nothing but work my fingers to the bone.
oh,
So you-
that's
you
why you
made
got skeleton
Gun
fingers.
holders.
I made gun holders.
You know what happens when you work your fingers to the bone, right?
You have bony fingers.
That's right.
Thanks.
There's a song. There's a song about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wisdom.
Would you like to sing it?
No.
Stan, what'd you do?
Well, I was going to go to the open house, but I got
You
shut
did go
down.
to the
I
open
mean,
house.
I drove from Secaucus, New Jersey to Spokane and down to directly to Jason's shop. Some 3,000 some odd miles through weather and wind.
You'd think he'd at least give you a
Adversity.
keychain.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was a day late, $1 short.
You'd think he'd have set
life's not
taped one to
fair.
the door and said, "This is for you, Stan. I know you're coming."
You'd have thought, right?
Yeah,
You'd have
I mean,
thought.
I would have.
That and I've cleaned up, been organizing my reloading bench, and I just resized some 6 Creed down to 22 Creed. Taco and I are going to have a little shooting fest with our 22 Creeds.
Nice.
So I might go home and load it up today and start the break-in process. I don't know how much, but hopefully I'll get some loaded today. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to get some. Do you have powder for it?
Oh yeah, I got 4350, and I've got the 4064 was also one that I've seen.
That's for a low velocity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think to get the higher velocities, you got to get the slow powders.
Well, I need to do some more research. We need.
I think like Reloader 26, they might use that, and
I don't have
H1000.
I think I have some H1000. I'm going to go up to Gunny's after this and see what I can find. Maybe go hit NPS again. Sort of a Stan's day out by himself, a loner.
Yeah. Well, I might catch up with you when I get done with my dental appointment. We can go to lunch together.
All right, Gene. You're buying, right?
I thought it was your turn to buy.
We'll get there and I'll say, oh, I forgot my wallet. Gene?
Oh, I grabbed it from your truck. Here you go.
Oh, I brought the wrong one.
So Stan, you were also looking at some 6-arc stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You got to like, did you actually fondle the guns?
Oh, yeah. Well, and before I came here, I went down to Sportsman's Warehouse. Nothing. There's nothing there.
So you were looking at the Savage
Axis 2. Cal Ranch has them for $3.49, and if you sign up for a credit card, you get $70 off. So you get a new, well, it's an Axis 2 for $2.80, something like that, plus tax.
And they're not a bad gun.
Yeah, for $2.80, it'll be a good proof of concept. I've got the AR. I got a barrel from Taco for the 6-arc as well, so. It'd be nice to have a proof of concept. But the switchback, it's the switchback,
it's still
right?
a Savage.
Savage
it's a
110 switchback.
110.
The only thing is, I haven't seen a single 6-arc anywhere. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, but they did have it on Sportsman's online.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
they had it in stock?
You could order it online and have it shipped there.
There you go. It's $200 more.
And I would, if it were me, I'd say it's worth the $200 extra.
That's worth the $200.
Yeah, just for the extra features. The stock's nicer, threaded barrel, and it has the scope base.
That's right.
So all those little things,
stripped. Yeah,
all those little things cost money, and so if you add them all up, then and you're getting I think a thicker barrel too.
Yeah,
look like a heavier.
It is a heavier barrel, more substantial stock with the aluminum bedding in it. It's the Accu stock.
Yeah,
with the Accu trigger.
And that $200, that's money well spent, because the trigger on
the Axis has the Accu trigger now too.
Oh, it does now. Oh, well,
is it the same Accu trigger?
I don't know. I couldn't say.
It probably is, but I know the older ones they came with the basic
it was
garbage trigger,
Stevens trigger. Yeah. So anyway, and I like the look of the switchback better. It's a more substantial stock. It's a lot like the 110 Tactical. In fact, I think it's the same mold.
Yeah.
But it's in a green, sort of a olive drab green. Pretty cool. So maybe I'll save my pennies and get one of those. It'll be, like I say, a good addition to the AR in 6.
Yeah.
What'd you do, Taco?
So I did I was going to do some more zinc bullet casting, but then when I went to flip on that pot, it didn't do anything.
You burned it out? The zinc blew it up?
No, yes and no. The pot is, how old do you think it is? Like is made in the 1960s or something?
If it's the one you texted me about,
this is a Model 61 line.
60s at the latest.
Wow, that old?
Yeah,
like
so
it may have been
old.
Clear back in the 60s.
Yeah.
It may have been 50s or even late 40s. That design hasn't changed much since the 20s.
So, and the reason I bought that pot on eBay was because those have a thicker line, like the pot itself, instead of being some thin steel, it's cast iron.
Yeah.
So you got a thicker pot made out of cast iron, which will last a lot better with the casting with zinc and hotter temperatures, that kind of stuff. So I did do some research online, and I took the pot apart, and I found the thermostat was bad. It was all like crumbly and caked with rust, and I was surprised that it did work the one time that I turned it on.
Oh well.
Yeah, but I found the model number, and then I searched for that, and the place that people were going to buy the replacement thermostat, that was sold out. But I found the model number on Amazon, but it was the same B200 model, and so I ordered that, and then I just modified it a little bit to allow it to get up a little hotter. So I just removed a stopping clip, like what
probably like an over travel.
Yeah, over travel thing. Yeah.
So now you can.
So now I over travel. So we'll see if it lasts.
Or a governor.
Yeah, governor.
Or a governor.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I gave it an extra revolution. Nice. So we'll see how. Well, I did use it.
So now it goes to 11?
It goes to 11. Or like 14, actually. So So
if your house burns down, I hope you have supplemental insurance.
I do. But if it were to
That's why he casts at the neighbor's house.
Oh, in the backyard.
yeah. Anyways, I got that repaired and I did do some more zinc casting and I cast up a pile of those 4570 bullets.
And they are indeed crunchy. We all
Okay, yeah. I did.
That is the weirdest thing.
We all bit the bullet.
I gave
today.
each of them a bullet to
Not
bite.
the same one.
Not the same one. We wanted to be,
Passed it around.
we wanted to be
actually did
sanitary,
that.
right?
When I was in geology class, they give you a little block of halite, which is salt. Just rock form
Everyone
salt.
would lick it.
Everybody licked it. Like one person would lick it and be like, I think that's salt. Hand it to the next person. The next person licks it and like, I'm pretty sure that's salt. Like we wouldn't ever take anybody's word for it. We just all had to lick it.
It was a kinder, gentler day, wasn't it?
About 5-6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say we did that kind of stuff back in the 70s.
Back
but-
in mine.
And you could drink out of the garden hose too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had drinking fountains instead. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's cool. So
I did do that, and then I did cast some zinc 223 bullets out of an aluminum mold.
I saw
Okay.
that.
And it's interesting because to get the aluminum mold hot enough, the zinc bullets cast really oversized. So they were like 229. So I got to size them down. It's got a little bit of lubricity to it, the metal.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice word, lubricity.
Lubricity.
It's in the
So are you going to
next
powder
to
coat those or
slippery.
just run them raw?
I'm going to run them naked.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't think... I think the zinc is hard enough. I don't think you need to have any
wouldn't
type
think
of
so.
coating on them.
Yeah.
And I think if you did put a coating on
Stan's
it...
only thinking about running naked now.
It's like back
He's like, I do everything naked. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Except for run. I just don't run.
I'm going to walk around briskly.
Briskly.
Well, naked. Because we used to do that in the 70s.
We still do it in our house.
Yeah.
Naked Saturdays.
Oh, boy.
Huh. So,
Well, if he ever has...
mental note, never
go to
stop
Stan's
by Stan's house on a Saturday
We take all the mirrors down.
for his steam issues or oh, okay. I can see that. But yeah, so I did a bunch of zinc casting and I did some loading and I've been working up some loads with Quick Load. It's a ballistic estimation software that you can kind of use to try to not over pressurize on your starting load.
Did
So
you use that for that sheet that we looked at? Is that where you got
no.
those? No?
Those are different loads.
Somebody else.
But yeah. So, anyways, you can type in the bullet weight, the length, if you know the drag, like how grippy the bullet is, all those things, and basically it'll calculate pressures, and you can figure out with the different powders. You can choose different powders, and I figured after playing with a bunch of different ones, I could probably get the highest velocity of those. Normally would be 500 grain 4570 bullets, but in zinc they're like 300, about 290. Then
What's the name of the software program if people
it's
want
called
to look
Quick
it up?
Load.
Quick close.
Okay.
Is there a chart or something that will give you the grippiness, the friction factor of certain bullets, or is that an estimation type thing?
That for me, I just estimate. Like I don't know. I know it's less than copper, and I don't know. I don't know how it compares with lead.
So unless we get one of those piezo testers for pressures, all you can really do is just look at your pressure signs on the case, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So start
typically if
light.
the gun blows up, your pressures are too high.
That's kind of a pressure.
Typically.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
in the
So
We like to
extreme
call
sense.
that a tell in the.
Yeah, I
in
think
the
that's
community.
what is that? The Colonel Welland and Elmer Keith way
Yeah,
of
that's the
testing.
way. Yeah.
Oh, it
If
blew up.
blows
Let's drop it
Okay,
down.
drop
half
it
a
down
range.
for the next one.
But yeah,
Yeah.
really, all you can do is just start light and and
start light, work
watch
out.
your pressures,
Yeah.
signs.
But yeah, and then I helped an uncle. I mounted a scope and got to sight in a little 22 rifle.
Nice.
Nice.
Jason's favorite kind of guns. 22s.
There's nothing wrong with a 22.
There's a 22 is one of the most useful calibers
I agree.
Because if you'd seen some of the things that I've shot with 22s, they're an impressive little gun.
Yeah.
Once you know them.
If you say so.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to play around with things that are a little bit bigger, heavier,
Well, I do too, but
faster. Any of the
in the
above.
right hands, a 22 can do anything that a larger caliber can do. In the right hands.
If you're close enough.
In the right hands.
In the right hands. In the right location.
Yeah, I've actually seen a 22 blow through an engine block. No, I'm just kidding.
I've seen it, but it was a weed eater.
Yeah, so
RC 20.
I would say a 22 cannot do what some of the other calibers can do.
Well, there are things like shooting engine blocks. Yes, there are things that calibers that are better suited to that. But you put enough in there, eventually that air cleaner is going to clog up.
That radiator's going to drain really fast.
Yeah, I was actually looking online. Bergara has it was the Rifleman magazine. Bergara has a new competition 22 out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're bolt action.
Neat looking.
Yeah.
Nice and expensive, that
10
gun.
rounds.
Yeah.
Did you see
I think it was
the?
only 600
Oh, are
bucks.
you
Yeah.
talking about the 1022 clone,
No,
or are you
no.
talking about
The
the
bolt gun.
bolt
Yeah,
action?
it's
Yeah.
It's a Remington 700
Yeah.
like sized action. It's
But-
full on. You could use Remington 700 stocks, aftermarket things.
But the one
But
that
it's
comes
expensive.
with is really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, I love Bergara stuff.
Yeah.
I don't.
I've
have
actually
one.
got one of their 22s. One of the bolt guns. I don't
Oh,
know if it's
really?
that one,
Yeah.
but really, really nice feeling gun. I haven't shot it yet
Is it a Woodstock or
because it's a
synthetic.
22.
No, it's because I planned on selling it. So I bought it strictly to sell, and if it doesn't sell in the next month or two, I may just keep it.
How much are you selling something like that for? Like how
I
much
think
do
they're
they
like
go for?
$550, something like that.
brand new? It was like 7.
Yeah.
And this is a new gun,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's the competition model. It's
Just a regular.
like a sporter target
Gotcha.
model.
Cool.
Does it have a threaded barrel?
Yes, it does. Threaded barrel, 2 magazines.
I think you might have just sold a gun for
Yeah.
Gene.
No, he doesn't like 22.
It's like I'm interested. What was it again? 22? Ah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, they're great to start with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with them. You just have too many guns, Taco. You get bored too quickly.
Bored with boring
Not
guns.
too quickly. Bored with boring guns. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Hey, everybody has their own.
We should move on.
Yes, thank
Because
you.
we are on a little bit of a time schedule.
Yes, we
today.
are.
At least for 2 of us.
3 of
Okay.
us.
Let's do the tacos top 5.
Okay.
Reluctantly, Jason's
You're
going
the
to
only
first.
one who wants to do it.
No, I want to hear his reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
discuss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it
Okay.
out there. We'll
So
talk.
for today's tacos top 5, the top 5 guns that you have that you would be willing to sell or trade off in
Now,
the
That's not
That's
what
different.
you...
You-
Yeah,
you said
he
that-
changed it.
Yeah, you changed it.
You changed it.
in the apocalyptic scenario.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But
So,
but you originally said which guns would you loan to a neighbor?
Or
No.
give.
Or give to a neighbor
Give or
in an
loan.
apocalyptic scenario.
Yeah.
And I said none because I do not want to put a gun in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with it. And if they don't already own guns, there's a high likelihood that they don't know what they're doing with it. And I don't want to get shot by a neighbor with one of my guns.
That's why you pulled the firing pin out.
Well, like you said, Gene, you barter, you trade, and then on the way out, you shoot him in the back and take all their
Exactly. Because in an apocalypse situation, all is fair in love, war, and apocalyptic situations.
Okay.
Apocalypse.
So-
So do you have any guns in your possession that you'd keep, reading that book?
Well, I was going to say, in the
299
documentary
days.
299 Days by
Yeah.
Glenn Tate, the factual history of 299 days. Here's the thing. We're never going to have never.
Never say never.
There's varying degrees of apocalypse.
Yeah.
And who knows? I do have a few ARs, like more than one.
But who are you going to loan that to or give that to?
Well, not necessarily
Here's the
loan.
thing.
That's like trade value.
Yeah, trade
So
value.
barter value.
But that's
like-
different.
yeah,
That's not what you started off with.
But also, to counter kind of what you're saying, they don't have to know. And you know, we're not talking about one day. This could be over a month or over 3 months.
Sure.
Poop hits the fan gradually. It's not just lights out.
Usually.
Oh, yeah.
So as things start getting worse, your neighbor's going, hey, I don't have a gun. Sure wish I had one. I've got an extra one. You can help defend us and your own family and yourself.
Or you could give me half your food storage, and
Yeah,
you
and
can have this gun.
And I'll trade you. Exactly. Nothing
Yeah.
is free.
But you don't have any concerns with putting a gun in the hands of somebody that doesn't know.
Absolutely not, because I'm not gonna give it to them. No, I'm not gonna give them to take somewhere else. If my neighbors don't have a gun and we're trying to defend ourselves, I'll say, hey, like I said, it's not gonna happen overnight.
How many
Yeah.
neighbors do you have that don't have guns?
I don't know.
Because I know my neighbors pretty well, at least the 2 streets closest to me, and there is a gun in almost every home.
Well, so the one that comes and like, hey, I want to help defend my family, I'll say, okay, let's go out and I'll teach you.
Yeah.
And I'll
Sure.
train you, and we'll do this, and
Sure.
we'll put you on guard duty at night so I can sleep,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah, there's going to be, you're going to want to
it'll be
build
over
up
time.
your neighborhood.
Like here,
your-
I'll let you use my 22 first.
But we're now tweaking the original concept more than what was
but you
originally
see,
brought
Jason,
out.
This is how it was presented right now.
That's life, Jason. you know.
Okay.
Things change.
Things always change.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of
Jason, you have to be able to evolve with the
I'm
apocalypse.
just saying,
You can't be so
based
rigid.
on what you originally put out there, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, this fits perfectly into the barter scenario.
Right.
You can change. You can exchange for food, for other items,
anything.
So which
anything.
guns do you have that you'd be willing to part with
Well, I've
to buy more food, or in the scenario where
I've got a
you wanna-
shotgun. I got a couple of shotguns that I would probably again either barter or let people use to help provide food. In a scenario like this, from the different research that I've done and things that I've read, you're not going to be by yourself, and so you're
Yeah.
going to have a community, and you want everybody to
Right.
kind of pitch in. But so I've got a couple of shotguns. I've got one little single barrel break action shotgun, which would be great for squirrels or whatever. Probably not a combat shotgun, but you could go out and get birds and squirrels and stuff like that.
But
A
it
couple of
you
22s.
could defend yourself with a single shot.
Yeah,
yeah.
if you had to, absolutely.
Yeah.
Double up buck goes out just as easily
Yeah.
through a single.
Yes, it does.
It hurts more, but
Yeah. Pistols, I've got 22 pistols, 22 rifles. Again, the AR is so versatile.
Yeah.
You can use it for serious home defense. You could shoot birds or turkeys with it or whatever with the right bullets.
Yeah. And you have multiple uppers for different purposes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have other parts that aren't assembled yet that could be thrown together. But I think, it's probably two is
couple ARs.
two is one is none. So I try to have at least 2 of each one. But I think it's more a barter thing.
Yeah.
Probably 9mm pistols, 5.56 rifles, and 308 rifles, or weapons that'll shoot those calibers, are probably going to be the easiest. More 22.
Yeah, 22, I think,
Yeah.
is
yeah.
was
Now-
a big one.
For me,
What would you do?
So I, of course, have 2 high point pistols. Those would be the first to go.
Okay.
No one, even in an
Even the
apocalyptic
gold one?
situation, is going to take that gold one.
You-
no, never mind.
You think that someone without a handgun, they would know the difference between a high point and a non-high point?
No.
I would
If they don't,
so.
if they don't,
As soon as they touch
if
it,
they, well, they've not
They'd be
touched
like,
other handguns. So how are they going to know the difference?
They still know.
They would pick it up and say, "Do you have anything that's less like a cinder block?"
I say yes, I do, and it'll cost double.
And they'll be
So-
like, "Yeah, let me go with that."
I mean, a high point is it's kind of a utilitarian type handgun. They work.
Sure.
They work.
They hold 10-ish rounds, I think, and I
I
mean,
think they hold 8.
oh, I don't know.
I
actually
I've never
haven't
actually
known-
shot
yeah,
one, so I
maybe
don't
they
know.
do. Maybe they hold about
I
8
think they
or
hold
something.
8.
But-
But they're single stack.
Yeah, so I have 2 of those, and I would willingly let those
Sure.
part my house, and if I got something back for them, that'd be great, right? But I also have, a couple 22s, and I feel like in the apocalyptic scenario, 22s could be replaced with air guns.
Sure.
And
As long as you have, a way to air them up.
Air source.
yeah,
Because that's the hard part.
yeah. Well,
you
you could
spend
you could
a
have
lot of time pumping
No,
it.
that's the thing is you could
Or
hand
hand
pump
pump
it,
it.
Yeah.
or you get one of those little,
Those little
DC compressors that you could just with a battery.
Yeah.
I may need to get one of those.
Yeah.
Now
Those
that
are
I
kinda
have
cool.
a generator,
It'll
that
go
makes
cool.
sense.
It'll do 3,000 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can if you get the right
you can't,
one.
it won't fill your scuba tank, but it'll fill
It'll
your
fill the
bottle
actual
on your
air gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can fill up the
It'll
little.
take like maybe 10 to 15 minutes to fill your gun.
Yeah.
And that's still
So
not bad.
how many
No.
psi in the gun? In the actual rifle?
Depends on the gun. 3,000 to
Yeah.
4,000.
In the rifle, it's actually
I
3,000?
believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, they're-
Heavens.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'd be totally willing to trade off some of my 22s.
22s.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I have ammo, and that's
So,
a good bartering
In
item
a
for it.
situation where it's a long-term apocalyptic type of thing, I have guns that I would trade off to the right person.
Yeah.
I was
So-
just going to say that. I don't think I would trade it to some intransient.
No, that's who the high points are for.
Transient?
Transient.
It's a big word, Stan. It's
Pepper pizza.
No, that's who the high points are for. Is
Yeah.
Okay.
trade it off to a different community or something, right?
There you go.
But for the people,
And remove the firing pin.
Before not on a high point. Like if they throw it, it's going to do more
but then
damage. So
the ARs and stuff like that, that's going to be for the people who are on my team.
There you
yeah.
yeah.
Because I want them to have good equipment. And-
Well, and it is good to keep like if you're preparing for this sort of thing, it's good to keep some cheap ARs around because people that are moving through may have really good stuff that you want to trade for.
yeah,
Yep.
So, don't just have the high points out for them. Have a couple of cheap ARs, and you can get like Palmetto.
Bear Creek.
Ugh.
Anderson. Anderson.
Andersons
Yeah.
are all right.
But Palmettos, you can actually get some for sub 500. Like you can
They got a deal today.
like 450 or something.
Under $400, like $395.
Davidson
For,
Defense. $339. Right.
For a complete rifle?
Except for the lower.
Okay.
Oh,
Except for the
Well,
strip
this
lower.
is the complete package for under $400.
Wow.
Yeah.
From Palmetto.
From Palmetto.
And Palmetto stuff
I've
is
had
guaranteed
great
for life.
experience with Palmetto.
I have too.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Davidson, I've had a lot of guns come through from Davidson that didn't work.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Things not tightened,
Davidson's
not
is
staked.
hit and miss.
Yeah.
It just depends
Have to
on
be
what
selective.
part you're getting.
Yeah.
If you get receivers and stuff, a
real
receiver's
spec.
a receiver.
Should be
They
good.
sell name brand stuff.
but if it's
But if
an
you're getting
assembled
one of
gun,
their little like knockoff performance barrels or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I don't trust is BCGs and barrels. That's like those are the most important parts.
oh yeah,
Right.
Literally.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. So
and gas
Even-
blocks.
gas block, you can get cheap ones to work.
You can get cheap ones
But-
to work, but Davidsons don't always work.
But let's move on.
Is it
Yeah,
an
okay, yeah.
installation problem or something wrong with the actual
They're too loose on a lot of them, so you end up with gaps.
So
escaping?
Yeah,
let's transition a little bit into, because we were going to talk more on bartering and trading and stuff also, and I think what we're talking about is falling right into that. I just recently taught a class at church on bartering and trading, and I had two different handouts. One was kind of just pulled off the internet by one of the people that helps me with these classes, and then I modified it a little bit, needs to be modified more, on kind of apocalypse trading. And then I put together my own information on why you should be bartering and trading right now, even if there's nothing bad going on. But one of the points in here is I would be very, very reluctant to trade a gun to somebody I didn't know.
well, I do it all the time, but I run a background check.
Right. And that's different. especially in
an apocalyptic scenario.
And you've got people, like you said, that are kind of moving through, and hey, if you got guns, we'll trade you for food. What are they going to do with that gun once they have it?
Well, and here's the thing.
You don't have a relationship already with them.
You've got to trust your gut.
Sure.
If anything doesn't feel right, you don't do it.
That is true, but that's not 100% foolproof.
Depends on the
either.
gut.
Depends on the gut?
Depends on the gut.
Sure. But
and what you had for dinner.
This is true. This is true.
So for me, that's kind of a red flag for me, as far as I don't. It would have to be a really unique situation for me to do that. But one of the things, I spent more time talking about why you should be bartering and trading with people now, because bartering and trading now, you're developing relationships with people that you're going to trust, and you have a mutual relationship where when you do get into a situation where things are maybe getting sketchy, you already have that network of people.
Oh, yeah.
That
unless they move away.
Sure, yeah.
Or if you do a trade, and because it's an apocalyptic situation, you end up shooting them in the back after the trade's done, and they're no longer...
I am not trading with Gene during the apocalypse. No matter what he says he's got.
Be like, wow, that was a good deal. He traded me these guns, and all I had to give up was this horse and this cow and
Gene, by
3
the way,
acres.
I have 3 snipers on the hill.
But to bring my point to light, Antonio at the pawn shop, not a guy that I would approach to make a trade with if I didn't already have that relationship with him.
Yeah.
And now that I know him, and I know I can trust him, and I know he's going to give me good stuff, and he knows I'm going to give him good stuff, that's one of the first places I go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's good to have those relationships, because even in good times, you might get good things that you want.
Oh, yeah.
For
way less than what I would have to shell out cash for.
Yeah. Of course, we've always... some of the people that I trade with now, we kind of have this rule that if we walk away and we feel good, then it wasn't a good deal.
It wasn't a good deal?
But if we walk away and we both feel like we got screwed, then we know we got a great deal.
I have a little bit different philosophy, but okay. The other thing that a lot of people don't really consider, a lot that haven't done bartering and trading and stuff, is trading your skilled labor for something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's like free money.
It's amazing what you can do trading for skills.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of mechanics when I have stuff that I need done that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
They say, hey, could you fix this gun for me? You betcha.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, we're both happy, so we both got a terrible deal. But yeah, I've got a couple of guys that I do that with, and it's great.
Yeah.
I wish I had some skill.
But one of the things that I brought up in this class...
You can fly planes.
So we have a lot of younger couples, because we have apartments, that have new families and everything. And there were...
So let's not talk about wife swapping.
No.
That's off the table, Jason.
Kid swapping.
Oh, kid swapping.
But no, because they were all like, well, I don't have any skills. I can't do anything. I'm like, what if you guys made an arrangement where, hey, you bring your kids to our house this weekend and we'll watch them for a few hours while you guys go out and have fun. Next weekend, you watch our kids. And I said, will that make your life better right now? Oh, yeah. I never thought of that. I'm like, really? You never thought of that? It won't cost you anything, and you get more time with your spouse.
Yeah. And it's, you got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they don't think about doing that sort of thing, or helping out in the garden, or anything like that.
Everybody has skills to some degree, almost. But one of the other points that I brought up was, I said the people that are going to never go without anything when times get really bad, a mechanic, electrician, plumber,
doctor,
carpenter, doctor,
hair cutter, cooker, cleaning, yard maintenance, professional medical care, veterinary care, grooming, tutoring. That list, I've almost done all of that for trade for one way or another. Accounting might not really be that.
Not for but this is peacetime.
Well, you got to know how much
Dental?
Stuff you've got to trade.
Yeah,
it's true.
My brother's a chiropractor, and he trades all the time.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's traded chiropractic care for livestock. So
nice.
Not a bad deal.
There's
rabbits.
He
you still have rabbits?
No, when they had the fires up there, they turned them all loose, and now because they didn't want them to, if they got to them,
That's where the rabbits came
they
from.
they didn't want them to just die in their pen.
Yeah.
And so now he's a major gardener too, and they're all over him like, dude, let me come over with my air gun.
We'll help you.
And he's like, my wife likes to watch them. I'm like, okay, well, when your garden is destroyed...
No, they've spread from Woodland Hills to Elkridge because my neighbors have taken out like 30 or 40 of them.
Yeah.
With his air gun.
Yeah.
Serious.
And he has another neighbor that raises turkeys but doesn't pen them. So I'm sitting on his back deck one day, and this turkey goes by, and then there's another one, and then there's like 8, and then there's like 4 more. I'm like, what are those turkeys? Oh, I said, those aren't wild turkeys. I can tell those are domestic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my neighbor. I'm like,
I love
is
that.
he going to miss one?
That one looks delicious.
Yeah. I mean, sitting on his back deck overlooks his whole, he's got like 2.5 acres. Yeah, headshot on a turkey would be really, really easy.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know you, Taco, you've trade and barter and stuff from time to time.
Yeah, one barter thing I'm gonna do later today is Antonio at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
he bought a bunch of supersonic 9mm ammo and he wants subsonic.
Oh, okay.
So
just trade him ammo for
trading ammo. Except he's doing a 3 for 2.
So
he's giving me 3
for
of
every
the
2
supers for every 2 of the subs.
And you're giving him reloaded stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably fair because this stuff's factory ammo, right?
Yeah.
That
So
sounds
just
reasonable.
basically some 115s for some subsonic heavier projectiles.
Where's his store again? Let's plug Antonio.
It's
Just because it's on the way to NPS, I'd like to.
Yeah.
it's just on the right. It says
right
pawn
after
shop.
Utah Air Guns.
VIP.
It's right
pawn.
before VIP pawn.
Yeah.
Next to the tattoo shop.
Oh, the tattoo shop. Okay.
So now you know where
I
it
know.
is.
Yeah. But I also fix things.
Right.
So electronics.
Yeah.
Like I've done some fix-it jobs for Antonio, and then he does my gun. What do you call it? The transfers.
Right.
For free. So,
Yeah.
Cool.
Just
So a note on that is that skills are perishable, number one, and acquirable.
Yeah. For sure.
We should all be improving ourselves,
Yeah.
working on stuff. I'd like to do some paramedic work. I'd like to maybe just get a more in-depth
Yeah.
medical knowledge.
Some first aid.
Yeah. So first aid classes and stuff like that.
We've got something coming.
yeah. But
So-
it's also interesting because like most people, when something breaks or stops working,
They throw
it away.
Yeah.
But I've found that the majority of the time I can fix it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a specialist of any sort
Right.
with
No, but that's
that kind of
impressive
stuff.
that you
But-
pulled out the old part, found the part.
the little Lyman
with
61.
with the interwebs, you can find that
And that's
data
the
now.
thing. Well, I had a neighbor. She was talking about how wonderful her husband was. He can fix anything and da 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 da. And he's like, "Yeah, YouTube's pretty great."
yeah, but
But if you have a basic understanding of how to take things apart and put them back together, and I'm talking really basic, you can learn how to fix a lot of stuff by watching YouTube.
and once you fix it once, then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Right. And then and then there's other things that are relatable. That's like,
Yeah.
oh well, this isn't that different. So
We had a rice cooker that it just stopped running, and
The magnetic thing wouldn't stick.
no, it just
Just didn't work.
Yeah, the
Okay.
power didn't work. So I took it apart. I said I got nothing to lose.
Right.
This thing is already paid for itself. Like
Yeah.
it was already old, and then we got it as a wedding gift, I think. So it's
I have
like
three
really
from
old.
our wedding.
Yeah,
and
and then
there weren't rice cookers when you got married.
They were called pans
hands.
back then.
It was a pot. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I took it apart and I
Fire pot.
I found where the electrical part was messed up, and I just fixed it.
Yeah.
And we've been using it for another 2 years.
Nice.
So mechanic work is a little tougher now too. The cars are changing. You need
Mechanics
more computers and things like that. But
Mechanics are harder and harder to find. An actual
True, good
mechanic,
ones, yeah.
most of them, like you go to a car dealership,
Technicians.
none of those guys are mechanics.
Yeah, they
There's
just plug in-
technicians.
yeah, they plug
So
it
the
in.
computer says this module's bad. Take that one off, put another one in, you're fixed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's anything unusual going on. It's
But still, the ability to get in and get your hands dirty is probably a really good thing.
Yeah.
Carpentry, plumbing, like you were saying, electrical.
Yeah.
If you own a chainsaw, you could be very wealthy in a natural disaster.
I just did some chainsawing yesterday.
Nice.
Myself, yeah.
Manly
Pruning.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
So if you don't already do some of this stuff, start looking at it. Get on.
start practicing. Practice bartering.
And I found in doing some research for this, I just did bartering websites. Do that Google search.
Like
If you want to...
homeexchange.com.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Couchsurfing.com.
Homeexchange.com? I think that's the one. If you want to go on vacation, I want to go to Italy on vacation, right?
Yeah.
You can get on there, search where you want to go, and find people that are like, yeah, you come stay at my house this week, and we'll co-stay at your house for free.
No way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You have to be... It's a different mindset
Yeah, I can't do that.
stuff. I know. Yeah. And you kind of have to live in an area that is... Like, if we lived in Moab, we could probably do that all day long.
Well,
For people-
Elkridge, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, there's tons of online... what do you want to call them? Classified ads and stuff like that, and they usually have bartering and trading.
Yeah, like
and,
KSL has a bartering
Yep.
sub menu,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I think it's pretty common in the gun industry, because I can't think of any time where I've listed a gun for sale on like Utah Gun Exchange or KSL when they were doing it. Usually within about 15-20 minutes, I get somebody, hey, I got this, I'll trade you. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And half the time I'm like, no, I just want the cash. But I'm like, but what do you got?
Yeah.
I've got some of the best gun deals that way.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the free tab. Go on, just
Yeah.
free. People are getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
We got this-
It's great for entertainment purposes, too, sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I can't tell you how many times I've gone on the free ads. Half a box of cereal, free. Just come get it. I'm like, if you live next door to me, I wouldn't come get your free half a box of cereal.
That's laced with razor blades
You
and
know?
rat poison.
The other one, free mattresses, and it looked like an old motel, and half those mattresses looked like there'd been a murder on them. I was like, oh. But anyway, yeah, there's lots of good stuff out there, but we need to wrap it up because I got somewhere I got to get to.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah,
Let us know
start
what you
bartering and
think.
trading.
We're still talking about doing like some gun training, handgun training,
Yes.
urban rifle training, carbine training, first aid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, that we discussed it today.
Yeah.
But we're still looking at that. Be kind of interesting to get a class and see how many people we could get together and take it
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Stay safe. Have fun.
Be nice.
and take somebody shooting.
You want my thigh-high wool socks? They can be yours for a price.